Hey, welcome back everybody. Now there's a lot of different ways that you can make chicken, and every now and then I ask my wife, what would you like for dinner? And she'll say ABC. Anything but chicken. But this is a recipe that never gets groans. But I think sometimes people are a little bit afraid of this recipe because it's a little bit harder. But it's really not that bad. It takes a little bit of practice. Even if you screw it up, it's still good because it's got lots of cheese on top. All right, so let's get the oven on and get right to it. All right, we're gonna preheat the oven to 450. All right, we got some mozzarella cheese, some provolone cheese, some Parmesan cheese, more Parmesan cheese, basically all the cheese. Just get all kinds of cheese. We have some Panko Italian style breadcrumbs. What does Panko mean anyway? Etymology of Panko. Oh, here we go. Panko means bread child in Japanese. Moving on. We've got some eggs, got some olive oil, some flour, salt, pepper, and some basil. Normally I use Penzeys, but I'm all out. Did I say tomato sauce? Yeah, we got some tomato sauce. And of course, some chicken breasts. So the first thing we're gonna do is prep these chicken breasts. We're gonna trim off the icky parts a little bit, and then we're going to take our meat tenderizer, which is a must in the kitchen, I think, and flatten these out. All right, gonna trim up our chicken. All right, then what we're gonna do is take a large plastic bag like this. Chicken breast in there. Take your meat tenderizer and use the flat end and just go at it. If you've got some anger issues, now's the time to get it out! I'm fine. Everything's fine, hon. So you want them about an inch thick, and they do spread out quite a bit. So what you can do is just kind of cut these like this, so you end up with two. Like that. All right, and then we're gonna season these with salt and pepper, both sides. And we're gonna put those aside for now on a plate. Okay, then we're gonna crack open our eggs. We're gonna take a little flour. We're just gonna coat each one of these chicken breasts with a little flour. Just drop them in there, turn them over, kind of shimmy them from side to side. Just get them coated with the flour. Here we go, now we'll just set these aside. All right, now we're gonna take 1 cup of the breadcrumbs, okay, and half a cup of Parmesan, and mix that all up together. Take each chicken breast, dip it in the egg, like that. Put it in here, get it coated on both sides, flip it over a couple times if you need to. Set that right there. Do that for each of these here. At this point, they already look almost good enough to eat, but please don't. Salmonella poisoning would be a terrible way to die. Now, if you made it this far without saying, screw it, I'm having chicken soup, pat yourself on the back and have a drink because you're halfway there. Don't mind if I do. All right, so now we're gonna take our pan here and turn it up to medium high. We're gonna need a generous amount of olive oil here. Probably about a cup, maybe more depending on your pan. All right, and let that heat up. Now, if you're not sure how to tell if the oil is hot enough, basically if you take your chicken and you put it in there, it should start to sizzle. Not happening yet, so it's not quite hot enough yet. All right, let's try again. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes. All right. And use some tongs to turn this over because oil's hot. Duh. Alright, gonna turn off our heat. Gonna take each of these, put them in our baking dish. And get the oil off of the heat. Again, right now they look good enough to eat, but don't, because the chicken's not done. Okay, so now we're gonna take a couple of spoonfuls of tomato sauce. Just put that on the top like that. Just so that it's covered. Okay, sprinkle on some mozzarella on each one. Just a little handful on each one. And we'll sprinkle with some basil. And then we need some provolone. Just take a slice of provolone, put it on top of each one. It's okay if it overlaps. Alright, and then we're going to take a little bit of Parmesan, just sprinkle that on top as well. And a little bit of olive oil here, drizzle that on top of each one. About a tablespoon should cover these 4. A little more basil. That is ready to go in the oven. Alright, and here we go. Oh my. Look at that. Alright, chicken parmesan. That wasn't so bad, now was it? Takes a little time, but it's worth the effort, and you get a lot of oohs and ahs when you put that on the dining room table. So just make sure you cut it open to make sure it's cooked all the way through. A little pink inside with chicken, not a good thing. Alright, I will see you next week. Stay healthy and happy, everybody. Cheers.